I'm your host, Kelly Morgan, indie author and indie publisher. Welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. Welcome to today's episode. Hey everyone, Kelly here. Welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. So today I wanted to talk about TrustBridge. I've been talking about TrustBridge all month when I've talked about book clubs, I've talked about bookstores, and I've talked about podcasts, right? And so I've also talked about TrustBridge. So TrustBridge is a curated introductory service that I started, and it's just been something that I've been working on a long time. And it's really funny because I want to talk about why it exists and why I built it in the first place, right? So it didn't start as a business idea. I started marketing my own books, right? And so in marketing my own books, I was trying to figure out different unique ways to get my book out there. And one of the ways that I came across was book clubs, right? So I started pitching book clubs. And, I had some success, but it was a real trial and error, was very time consuming follow up, revamping the pitch and how I was going to do it and researching the book clubs and finding them and all of that good stuff. So I was marketing book clubs. And then I thought, well, what about bookstores? How do I get my book into bookstores? So I started marketing and pitching bookstores and learning all the ins and outs of that and all the trial and error, and that you can't have your book just on Amazon. It's got to be on Ingram, and what the bookstores are looking for. And they have processes and all the things that came with getting my book into a bookstore. And it was a lot. Same with podcast, right? So going out and finding the podcast and doing the research and doing the pitch and following their rules and their requirements and all of the things that came with that. So all three of these things I was doing, but I'm like, man, this stuff is really time consuming, right? And at first I really didn't know how to do these things. So I was doing this by trial and error. I learned. I got a lot of no's. I figured out what people were looking for. I took, the critiques, and I had to figure out how to turn those no's into yeses, right? How do I get my book into this bookstore? How do I get on this podcast? Because I really think I align with it. And how do I get this book club interested in my book? So this is what I was doing, y'all. I was out here trying to figure out other ways outside of social media to really market the book. And that went into a ton of research, because I had to research every book club I approached. I had to research every bookstore I approached. I had to research, and every podcast I approached, I had to research. Then once I researched, I had to reach out. What did that look like? Well, at first I didn't have a media kit. Didn't even know what a media kit was until somebody asked me for one. Then I had to go research what that was, figured out how to create it, all of those good things, right? All of the things that people were looking for, I learned by trial and error. So the reaching out, and then the follow-up. Oh my goodness. I didn't know how much follow-up I was going to have to do because it was on me. People are busy, things drop out of their email, you may not be on their radar. So it was all about follow-up. Bookstore people, they are busy. Bookstore owners are busy. Book clubs meet at limited times, and podcast people, they're busy too. So you must follow up, right? That's on you. And then tracking the responses. Oh my God. Tracking the responses, knowing who to follow up, when to follow up, did I follow up, all of those things. And I spent my evenings doing this, right? Because I work full time. So I'm over here, really out here marketing my books, figuring this out, really doing this. And then I realized that, what, there is value. It would be great if I could have somebody doing this for me. And I thought, well, wait. There'd be value if I could actually take all of my knowledge and then offer it to somebody and help them avoid the pitfalls and kind of make a bridge to the podcast, to the bookstores, to the book clubs. And that is where TrustBridge came from. So I built these three lanes: book clubs, podcast, and bookstores. And the bookstores were both brick and mortar and virtual. And now these are community spaces, right? So these are spaces where they allow your book to live beyond the post. They allow your book to live outside the algorithm. Now, one thing that I could not do was make guarantees. I can't guarantee if I introduce you to this book club that they're going to read your book, right? And I can't guarantee that for a bookstore, and I can't guarantee that for a podcast. I wish I could, but I can't. And I'm a firm believer in transparency and knowing exactly what you are getting. And so what I offer is structure and relationship building and the introduction, right? I've been a recruiter, y'all, for 20 years. I understand alignment. I understand how to make thoughtful matches, and I understand about follow through and follow up. That is what TrustBridge is built on. And here's what working with me looks like, right? There are three packages. There's the intro package, it's $149. That includes three curated responses, all one modality, meaning all book clubs, all bookstores, or all podcasts, right? That includes your media kit and all the follow up and all the heavy lifting, all the coordination, everything. You won't know, or I mean, you won't be wondering what happened. We'll follow up until we know. The connection package is five curated introductions, but you can break it up however you want. So you can go to all three modalities if you want, right? You can break it up however you want. The five are yours, but you get the media kit and that same follow up. All of those things that I just talked about, I'll do, right? And then the spotlight package is $349. That gives you 10 curated introductions, the media kit, and all the follow-up and coordination. But if all you need is the media kit, I offer the media kit as a standalone for $199. The media kit is yours. Now, the nice thing is that if we create the media kit for you, it's yours to keep. So if you get one of the packages, the media kit's yours. You can go use it over and over and over again, right? And the beauty about TrustBridge is it's set up to grow. So right now there's just three lanes, right? There's the podcast, there's the book clubs, and there's the bookstores. But we are not limited to those. I would love to be able to add blogs, publications, radio, television. There is so much room to expand. Now, if you have questions, ask me. I'm a real person doing this. This is not an AI bot doing this. It's me. So if you have a question, ask me. If this is me handling this is blah 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 blah. I'm so excited, right? This is not me handing you a list and telling you, okay, here's the list, go out and make it happen. No, that's not what this is. This is relationship based, right? This is us, me and you establishing a relationship, me learning about you, me creating the introduction, and then me giving you, helping you bridge that visibility to whatever modality you choose, book clubs, podcast, or bookstores. If you want to learn more about TrustBridge, go to the website, brightheadedpublishing.com. Go to where it says TrustBridge Services for Authors. All the information's there. There's also a coupon. It's called Worthy25, and that will give you $25 off of any TrustBridge service. That's TrustBridge, y'all. That's the reason why I built it. That's why I'm doing it. And honestly, I truly believe that it's a valuable service. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent so much time putting this together. It probably took me about a year to put the directories together. So, and I finally got the courage to launch, because if there's anything that is just so scary, that's launching something new. And it's even more scarier asking somebody for their money. Yeah, man, because I don't want to take anybody's money if they can't find value in what it is, because I don't want to pay for stuff that's not valuable. I don't want you to pay for stuff that's not valuable. So in order for you to purchase TrustBridge, you would have to find value, right? Value in the service, value in the time, and value in the visibility that it could bring you, right? All right, you guys, this has been an episode of the Author's Mic. You know what? Before I go, let me handle my laundry list, because I almost forgot. So if you're creative in this space, you can definitely come on the Author's Mic. It is a podcast. Guess what? It is and isn't a part of TrustBridge, meaning you can come on the author's mic at no charge. So let's just say you're somebody who's maybe never been on a podcast before and you're thinking, I might want to go the podcast lane. TrustBridge is a not TrustBridge. The author's mic is a great place to kind of dip your toe in the podcast waters and see if it's something that you really like to do. So go to the Be a Guest tab, fill out the information, boom, you're a guest. If you are on your author journey and you're looking for some solid information, I got a free guide on my website. It's called So You Want to Write a Book. Go get it. It's free. I hope it helps you on your journey. If you want to support me, I've got two books out there. Wait for It, which is just print. No, print and audio. And then You Sound White is just print. I sell them both myself because I try to be a true authorpreneur over here, right? So I sell them myself. I'll sign them. I'll ship them at no charge. I've got some free goodies, but you can get them wherever good books are sold, no pressure. And if you choose to go that route and buy the books, thank you. I truly do appreciate you. And if you are looking to join a book club, and I don't know if you are, but if you are, right, we have one. It's called the IRS, the Indie Reader Society. We only support indie authors. So my goal for 2026 is to grow this book club as big and robust as I can get it. Not for me, but we only support indie authors. So anybody's book that we read, think of all the eyes, and it could be your eyes too. Think of the eyes we could put on that person's book. Phenomenal. And then if you're an author, you can pitch us. So guess what? We're a book club. You know, one of the things that TrustBridge does, are book clubs, but this book club is free to pitch. All the information's on the website. Again, if you're thinking that you're not sure if this is your lane and you've never pitched a book club before, all the information's on the website. Go pitch us. You know, if we pick your book, guess what? You got your book into a book club. Congrats. All right, y'all. And then is that it? Yeah. And then of course, TrustBridge, which is the new service, which is why I just told you why I built it, why it's here, and hopefully you can find value, right? All right, y'all. This has been an episode of The Author's Mic. My name is Kelly. Go out and make it a great day because you know what? I am definitely gonna try. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and I will catch you next time.